Alright, hello. It is Andrew. Welcome back to another episode of Skate Progression. This is episode number 4, and this footage was recorded on February the 25th, 2024. So we did do 3 days in a row in February, but this is the last day that I recorded in February. And the next episode I upload, episode number 5, will be taking place on March 10th. So I took a pretty long break in terms of recording, but after, I have maybe half the days in March that I recorded, and then starting in April, we will have every single day some sort of footage. So that should be fun. And yeah, in this one, again, we're just doing more Ollie stuff. I actually did get some feedback on my Ollie stance from someone in the comments, which I do appreciate, any feedback that you might have. Because even though these are recorded 5 months ago now, there's still things I can consider. You can see I'm still using my phone to record. It just got like tipped by the wind a little bit there. But there's still things I can consider next time I go out. Like watching these back now, I'm definitely much better than I was, but there's possibly maybe some bad habits I picked up during this time, or other things that I can additionally consider as I go out skating nowadays. So that is definitely something appreciated. And if anybody else has any thoughts or ideas on how I can improve, I'm always open to that sort of thing. But yeah, this one is pretty long. This is a pretty long recording session here. So I may not talk for the entire thing. I think it's around 16 minutes long. But we also have an additional short clip at the very end, which for something I was pretty happy about, even though it's not the hugest achievement. It was something I didn't expect I'd be able to do for a while and got done. Again, probably earlier than I should. Part of the reason I have things not very set in stone in the way I do things is because I probably learned these ollies or started doing them a bit too early again in my journey. And I think I realized that sometime. I don't work on them too long before focusing on other things to get more comfortable on the board and stuff like that. But even still, I mean, on all of these days, I would be riding the board back and forth to this tennis court, which is a decent little journey. So hopefully, as time goes on, that shows me, improving slightly in terms of the being more comfortable on the board and things like that. Looks like I smashed my finger there or something like that. I do that a lot, or I used to do that a lot, I guess. I don't really do that anymore. The ghost pop type thing where you don't even hit the ground with the board, and you just kind of get a bit of a nothing burger out of it. But yeah, of course, I think March is when I do get my actual real camera for recording these, so the quality will hopefully be improved from that. And then I'll be doing more additional segments of vlog style where I talk to the camera about my plans and how things are going. I think towards the end of this session I also do some non-moving ollies, which I'm interested to see if those are much better than the moving ones. Really can't wait for the weather to cool down again so I can go out in like a sweatshirt like this. That'll be very, very nice. Right now, obviously, it is very hot, being the depths of summer. Of course, I'm recording this commentary on July 24th, whereas the footage is a bit old. But we will eventually catch up to the present day, I hope. I think on weekends I'll hopefully be able to do multiple recordings. And then there's, a decent number of days in there where it's just a short clip of me saying, it rained today and I didn't go out. So definitely have some space for catching up on days as I go. Then there's also some days where I absolutely record a ton of stuff. And some days where I go on super long sessions, so we'll see how that pans out. But yeah, overall just this is going to be kind of the format and style of these videos for those that are interested in them. And I can understand maybe people will not watch the entire thing, or will maybe just tune in to hear me ramble about nothing, which is fine as well. And I would understand people maybe stopping watching when I don't talk, but I'm not really sure if I will have enough things to say to go along with that long of a session. Yeah, I definitely see how my front foot is not in a consistent place at this point. I definitely don't have... I don't think I still have it in a completely consistent spot on the board in terms of how far up the board it is. I move it around a little bit, but definitely seems quite a bit more noticeable here. And maybe that is contributing a bit to the times where I over push the nose and end up landing on it in a strange way. Yeah, it's always cool to go back and reflect on how far you've come with skating. And especially when I get to things that maybe had more fear involved. Like, honestly, I probably had a decent amount of fear originally. Like, going that fast right there, that was honestly not a horrible one. Going that fast right there was probably really scary for me at this time. And, you know, when I get to certain other things later on in this progression, just thinking about how scary it was at the time, the first time I did it. And now I can do it, you know, every time with ease. It's kind of cool to think about. A lot of skateboarding is conquering fears, which is something I've honestly not really done much in my life. So it's kind of a new experience for me and helps me in other areas as well, I would hope. What the heck was that? Was that intentional? I don't even know. It looked like I was trying to do a 360 pop shove it or something right there. But yeah, I probably haven't mentioned it, or maybe I did in this series, I don't remember, but when I started my skating, and I might not have thought of it at this point in my journey yet, but maybe at some point in March or April, I definitely come up with this goal, this idea. My goal for the year of 2024 was to kickflip down a set of 3 stairs. I think I did mention it in one of my early episodes, 1 or 2 maybe. So that is what I'm in pursuit of, but it's not something I'm necessarily rushing or forcing. It's just something I feel like I could do, but it'll be tough. So that's, you know, that's kind of, I think, a good way to set goals, especially when they're just personal goals. Something that if you really work hard and focus and practice a lot, you can probably do it. But if you don't do it, you're not going to be maybe crushed, and you know it'll be tough. Probably just checking that it's still recording there. Yeah, it was pretty scuffed recording on my phone. I should have gotten like a tripod earlier for it, but these are all just leaning up against the tennis posts, like the net posts or whatever. And actually, this is on my old phone. I end up cracking the camera glass on this phone because of recording like this. It like falls down and smashes the camera glass. I was due for a new phone anyway, but another good reason to either get a tripod or a camcorder of some sort. Not a horrible ollie there. I know one thing that I wasn't doing for quite a long time, aside from pushing the nose forward properly and all that, was lifting my back foot enough. You know, jumping up and then popping and lifting the back foot enough to allow the board to come up. Oftentimes, my back foot is holding the board down, at least the back of it, obviously. Looks like I'm maybe prepping to do some body varials of some sort here. I forgot I used to do that all the time. Yeah, look, I can't even stand on the board. I'm just absolutely not ready for this sort of thing. Am I trying to do a frontside 180? My goodness, you are way out of your depth there, pal. Yeah, but for some reason I used to always do this where I would stand on the board in tail position and then just like put the wheels down. Here I go again doing it like that. Very strange. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, I am trying to do frontside 180. I can tell by my foot position. Having my foot hang over the front of the toe side edge like that. And I'm not really even getting anywhere near close. But, should be funny to watch these attempts. Clearly not something I was ready for yet. Something I do also do as at some point, I think I do it in March as well, is I start up a little spreadsheet for myself to keep track of different tricks I'm working on and when I first land them, and after that when I get comfortable with doing them consistently. So that I found kind of fun to track my progression through a spreadsheet like that. Yeah, you're not ready for this, pal. Can't do this. Yeah, I don't know what I'm thinking trying to go for these at this point. But, you know. Why not give it a try, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I think I very clearly need to practice more ollies and just board feel and comfortability before I do anything even close to this. But yeah, I don't really have a whole lot much else to say at the moment, I don't think. So I may quiet down a little bit here and just observe and maybe throw in a comment here or there. But I want to have these videos where it's pretty much the full recording, like the raw full recording of my entire journey, you know, and my struggles with tricks until I eventually get them. One trick I really struggle with later on down the line, as a bit of a spoiler, is just regular shove-its. For some reason they really give me a hard time. And there will be several videos of me working on those. But yeah. That's kind of why I just have this fairly just unedited. Of course, I skate outside of the recording time. I'm not recording every single moment of my skating, but when I'm doing a focused session on one trick rather than messing around doing different things, warming up or whatever, that's when I will turn on the camera. Sounds like I'm talking, but it's hard to hear. Am I trying to do a kickflip here or something? I'm not sure. I'm just messing around a bit, it looks like, with different things. I have no idea what I'm even trying here. I am trying to, like, do a bit of a kickflip type thing. It looks like, I don't know, hard to tell, because it's so horribly far off from being anything reasonable. Like, I'm kicking out my back foot in such a weird way. I don't know what that's about. Kind of funny to watch, though. Hey, that one almost flipped over a little bit, but my foot motion and positioning and everything is all wrong. Yeah. But yeah, if you're someone who's learning to skate, or you're just wanting to follow along on my journey and show me some support, then, you know, go ahead and drop down a subscription to get notified of the new videos, and also drop me down a like to show your support as well. Hoping to maybe build up a community of learning focused things here, where I can maybe offer advice to people whenever I get better at skating. And, in the comments, people can ask me questions, or even I can address them in a separate video. But additionally, having more experienced people give me advice. I'd like to have that sort of be the vibe of the channel. It's about learning. It's not really about showing off my insane skills. Like maybe after a full year of progression, I'll do like a montage of my highlight moments, but for the regular skate progression episode videos, it's going to be more about the learning process and the struggle and stuff like that. I know a lot of the time these videos of other people make might not focus on that as much. I don't know. Yeah, I gave up on my random shenanigans and went back to Ollie's for a little bit, but we are coming up on the end of this here. One more. I do that still to this day. I call out when I want to just get one more nice, or what I consider nice, attempt in before wrapping up the session.
Not good enough.
So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this edition, and we do have the additional clip here at the end. Yeah, that wasn't too bad, was it? We can call it a session on that. But yeah, in this additional brief clip here at the end, on the same day, I managed to ollie up a curb for the first time. It's a very small, very short curb. It's also a terrible ollie. I might have clipped the curb with my back wheels there. I'm not 100% sure. But hey, I got up there. And yeah, it's a very small curb, very short, but I was pretty stoked on that. Not something I expected to be able to do. And I probably could have done it better, but that's not really a good spot to skate because there's a bunch of cameras around, and I don't think you're supposed to be skating there. But either way, that's going to be it for this edition of the Skate Progression series. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, subscribe for more. Leave me a like, comment, everything like that. And I'll see you guys next time for some more Skate Progression.